Welcome back to our final video on the 12 loves, like introductory to them. I'll add more videos with commentary and examples and nice essays and stuff like that, and homework assignments for you to apply all this and really make it yours and transform your life. But for this one, it's a group of things that we often call love and which are not love. Some of them have some things in common, some things are polar opposites, and some are just misunderstandings. So the first one, I'll kind of draw these into a group as well of their own. This is when someone is, for example, really jealous. They're like, I love you, and you better not talk to other boys or girls, I'm going to kill them. I'm going to kill you, Wow, that sounded really harsh, but you know what? That actually happens. There are people who are that controlling. Does that sound at all like love to you? I hope not. This is fear, this is scarcity, this is control. This is like, I feel insecure, and so I need you to never step on any of my triggers and never make me feel insecure. I need you to worship and love me and cut off everything else, because that makes me afraid that maybe I'll lose you or that you don't love me. Because deep in my subconscious photograph, it says I'm not loved. And so if you ever reinforce that or make, trigger something that say, see, she doesn't love you, he doesn't love you, then it makes me really uncomfortable and get angry, controlling, possessive, selfish. If you're that kind of person, if you're treating that people that way, maybe you just weren't aware. Okay, and this is forgivable. And you've been wounded and you're afraid, This is the human condition, okay? So no judgment at this point, but own it and seek to improve and treat people better and treat yourself better, and get that foundation shored up that you need. If you are aware of this and you still continue to treat people like that and you don't want to change, now you are a coward. And I'm accusing you of that, hoping to jostle you out. And if you're just mad, then I don't care you're mad, you're not doing anything to me. You're just being defensive and you're resisting change. I'm telling you, buddy, you need to change for your own good. And this love you think you have, it ain't nothing. Maybe they're fear. Maybe they're broken, and so they like are clinging to you because they're just afraid that nobody loves them too. We get in there's these crazy codependent things. We've talked about that before, where it's not going to work out. You're half person times their half person, it equals a quarter. It's not addition. And eventually you're just going to have frustration when they don't measure up and make you feel good. So draw your boundaries and make yourself feel good, and never make anyone else be responsible for you feeling okay. Okay? They're responsible to treat you with some decency, and hopefully show some interest and things like that if you're in a relationship, but they are not responsible for your feelings. Don't pretend they are. Get over it. And if you're in a relationship where someone's treating you like that, hey, look, I'm telling you, if someone's treating you like that, you're probably a very sweet person, right? You're probably very giving and patient to a fault, right? And it's hurting you. And if you're in an actual abusive situation, oh my gosh, I can't say strongly enough, get out, get help. I promise somebody out there is going to love you so much better than this person you're with. Don't put up with that. And what they teach you again and again, and if you're like, talk to a cop, they will tell you stories. They're like, abuse builds up, builds up, builds up, and if you don't get yourself out, there's a pretty good chance you're going to get killed. And if you didn't know this already, I mean that to be jarring. If you need a wake-up call, please don't let that happen. Like, you are a precious human being, and lots of people eager to take you in, give you support, help you out. Go find those people. Look, they're online, they're in your cities. Call the police, maybe not 911 unless it's an actual emergency, but call up and say, hey, where's the women's shelter? Where's the, and it's not just women either, sometimes there are men also who get abused. Don't be ashamed if that's you. If someone is that manipulative and controlling and stuff like that, and you're nice, you're being the nice, trying to be the patient one, don't blame yourself for that. You know, I mean, maybe you need some foundation build up too. Great. Who doesn't? But anyway, I think I've made my point on that well enough. The second reason is much more innocuous, much less like harsh reality kind of stuff. And it's just simply the imitation love is what I call immature love. So if you're looking for a beautiful princess to save you and make love sweet so you can be the hero and whatever, or a handsome prince who will come and protect you and be your sugar daddy, you know, and take care of you so that you can just be sweet little cute princess for the rest of your life, then that's cute, right? And that's fun if you're 12 years old. But if you're growing up beyond that and you're still stuck in that, it's because you just haven't progressed enough maturely. You haven't begun to become the adult, become more responsible for your own feelings and making contributions to a relationship where you expect someone to be reciprocal and make contributions to you. And so if you're looking for the princess to save you, you know, maybe you needed more masculine role model and vice versa. But anyway, find it in yourself and imagine that you have to live life by yourself and take care of yourself and primarily treat it that way. But then if you've got somebody with you, of course, you know, work in tandem. Don't like shut them out and stuff like that. But don't expect them to save you. And don't make them responsible for your feelings once again. Here's the third one. This is the love market. It's the market mentality. It's the capitalist mentality. And let's say I see like this super hot, beautiful, classy girl, and I'm like, oh, I love her. We would be so happy together. At least I would be. But she's way out of my league because she's better than me, right? I'm only here. She doesn't want me because she can afford someone hotter than me, right? And richer and even better motorcycle rider. And so that's a market mentality of like, what have you got to offer me to make it worth my time to be with you, right? It's a trade. It's like we're valuing up. Like, hey, I've written 12 books. Okay, that gives me 16 points. Cool. And I can ride motorcycles, and I jumped out of a plane once, and I've lived in 5 countries and on a tropical island, and I speak these languages. Like, hey, I'm adding up some points. All right, let's go shopping. What have I got? Ooh, she's skinny. Okay, that's going to cost me 20. And I like her eyes, nice eyes, and hair. Ooh, that's 15 more. And she speaks 6 languages. Oh, I can't afford her, right? Okay, hopefully to your relief. I mean, if you're like king of Bunker Hill and you were like the best looking, most charming, smartest, patient, lovingest person in the universe, now, well, you can afford anything, right? You've got your unlimited little charge card. But for the rest of us, it should come as a relief to know that love doesn't work that way. I already told you how love works, right? You find someone who you have some common direction with, some common interests, maybe that always helps. Also some differences, you know, to keep things interesting. You don't want to marry someone who's a mirror image of you. And then you invest in each other, you show some interest, you build each other up, and this bond happens, it forms. You don't have to be as good as the other person, and you're going to have different strengths and weaknesses, right? You just have someone you can get along with, you can commit to. So anyway, this market thing is nonsense, but it's reasonable that we would learn to think that way because our world is so capitalistic and so forth. But all right, so don't keep score. Those are the 3 top subjects in this chapter of love imitations. You can see how they have some things in common with actual love, but they're flawed at best. That's the best you can say about them, is they're flawed concepts of love. So be aware of them, watch for them in the movies. Oh, I have an apology to make. I'm so sorry. I should have warned you about this from the beginning. If you have listened to these videos and if you've thought about them and if you've done your homework and applied them to your history and if you discussed them with people to really process them, oh my, I've ruined you for Hollywood movies. You're going to watch them and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's so fake. Nobody connects that fast. That's stupid, you know? Or like, why don't you just build that person up instead of tearing them down, you know? Because you're too smart for it. It's hard to know too much. It's like when I watch some movie and they have a special effect and an avalanche breaks off down a mountain. I'm like, avalanches don't look like that. They don't sound like that, you know? So it's hard to know stuff. And now you know stuff. So for that reason, I'm very sorry. Please just back off, suspend your disbelief, try and enjoy it as much as you can. But for every other reason, I do not apologize. I hope this enriches your life. I hope this makes you so much smarter in relationships. I hope this makes you kinder. I hope I've persuaded you to see the good in other people and draw that out. Invest yourself in their well-being and their growth and their happiness. I hope that you have a little bit more of a hunger now to be more loving, not just loved, and that you know that by doing this you have a much better chance of being loved, and not only loved like wanted and attracted, but actually quality love, where people are committed to you and they care about your well-being and happiness, where they ask you questions about how you're doing, and you have a really good interchange and you build long-lasting, permanent relationships. That's my hope for you. So I'll record one more video, which is kind of the conclusion I've scribbled up, and then I'll add some more, like actually reading you some of the chapters of the book that I've already written. Done a lot of really good work on that, but there's a lot left to do, and wordsmithing and making everything all eloquent and clear. It takes a lot longer than recording these videos. So, all right. Thanks for participating. Keep doing your homework. Please share this with everyone you know who would be interested in this kind of thing, so that we can make the world a better, more reasonable, rational, loving place, and especially your little world around you, so you can kind of work together at this and spread the message. Love is the answer. It solves so many problems. It builds our foundations in ways that helps us solve all the other ones so much better. Like I said, education, politics, business, family relationships, friendships, all over the place. So we need this information to get out, because as all the experts agree, love must be learned, it must be taught, in order, if we ever hope to transcend whatever level we're at, and we have a long ways to go. We could be so much even more amazing. So let's aim for that. Why not? So thanks for doing your part, even just for learning yourself. That's the most important thing, I guess, that everyone can do. So I'll see you in future videos. Until then, love you. Bye.